Meanwhile, problems elsewhere in North London with Arsenal. Gab, I was going to ask you about the possibility of James Rodriguez joining Unai Emery, but the big talking point seems to be that the director of football has left. Why should we care about this?
Well, we should care about it because, and my column's up on the site about this, but the reason
there he is.
Well, so is Ralph Honigstein's.
And Mark Ogden's.
The reason Arsenal are in this predicament, where, as Unai Emery said last week, we can't sign anybody on a permanent deal in January, we can only do loans and so on, is that about a year ago, they committed nearly a fifth of their wage bill to 3 players, Mkhitaryan, Ozil, and Aubameyang. And Sven Mislintat was one of the 3 people involved in making that decision, along with Ivan Gazidis, who's now gone, like Mislintat, and Raul Sanllehi. And that's what's hamstrung them, that and the fact that Emery didn't go and didn't seem to like, obviously, as we know, Ozil and Mkhitaryan, and has taken the team in a different direction. This puts all the power back into Raul Sanllehi's hands. He's got nobody else around him. And I think this whole idea of a certain type of scouting, all that's out the window. And I just think there's a shortage of bodies on the recruitment side now for Arsenal.
So could James Rodriguez go on loan to Arsenal, Gab?
I mean, to do what? Like, seriously, who comes... I mean, what? Another attack? Hey, anything's possible. Raul Sanllehi operates differently, and if Unai Emery really likes him, but you have what? Another effete attacking midfielder type who's going to kind of do what Mkhitaryan and Ozil do, only he'll do it slower. I don't think that this addresses Arsenal's needs. They've been linked with a lot of guys like that. And I think it just shows the absolute confusion that seems to be reigning at the club right now.
Yeah,
but no, a short answer, given his wages, I think it's entirely unlikely.
Try to bring in another player who's not the hardest worker, but is a talent into a team that...
This is a massive mess, isn't it?
This is a mess. Stan Kroenke and this board, and Ivan Gazidis before, who was part of it, the whole lot of them have sold these Arsenal fans down the river, right? With this... Wait till we move to the new stadium and wait till we pay for it. And the old Gazidis comment about we'll be competing with the best teams in the world in the transfer market in 2 years' time. That was about 3 or 4 years ago. And now we have the mess of the technical people behind with a now change of management, which was too late, by the way. And we've got a guy in Unai Emery who's clearly a good manager. Got no criticism for him at the moment because he's only getting his feet in the door, into the house. And what he's finding is a mess. You've got ownership that never show their face and don't really want to put the hand in the pocket now. And the supporters have sat back. They've took it for so long. But I'm sorry, we're moving to a stadium to compete with the best. Well, you're not. And it stinks.
You remember when they had that unbeaten run? How good it was for Arsenal. Everything was looking
and it's
great.
difficult for any argument as to why
they're going to win the league.
They're going to finish.
Well, see, this is what the thing. When they go in these unbeaten runs, unfortunately, there's people that are, they get sucked in by these things, but don't see a big picture and look at the playing squad and look at the bench and say, well, we could compete. I mean...
And here's the other thing that people may not realise on that side of the world is that Stan Kroenke, he's opening up a new stadium here for the LA Rams. Well, that doesn't come for free.
Yeah.
And so the money's being invested, but not in Arsenal, somewhere else.
Just a
lovely stadium, though.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Beauty of the stadium.
Wow.
Should have stayed at Highbury.
Groundbreaking.
Saved some money, had a smaller crowd and bought some players. Lovely little stadium, that was. Loved it. Had an atmosphere as well.